There are defeats that break men, defeats that shatter armies, defeats that change the course of history. And then there's what Napoleon did when he lost everything and told the world he won. It wasn't just denial, it was strategy, a psychological masterpiece. And the scary part? It worked. Let's go back to October 1813, the Battle of Leipzig. More than 600,000 soldiers clash. France versus almost every other European power. Russia, Austria, Prussia, Sweden. It's called the Battle of the Nations for a reason. And Napoleon? He's surrounded, outnumbered, bleeding men by the thousands. His allies begin to defect. His army starts to collapse. By the fourth day, he retreats. His empire crumbling. But what does Napoleon do? He doesn't admit defeat. He doesn't warn the people. He publishes a bulletin, a glowing report. It says, "The enemy has suffered immense losses. The French army remains proud and undefeated. The emperor's strategy has preserved our strength." Not a word about the 90,000 French casualties. Not a word about the loss of Germany. Not a word about the crumbling coalition. He told the world he had won. And millions believed him. Why? Because reality is slow, but a confident lie travels fast. Napoleon knew that perception is momentum. If he could keep people believing just a little longer, he could regroup. He could rebuild. He could survive. Because in politics, survival is victory. Fast forward 2 centuries. A man walks off stage. The votes are in. He lost the election. But what does he say? "We won by a lot." His name? Donald J. Trump. And just like Napoleon, he didn't accept defeat. He rebranded it. It wasn't a loss. It was a conspiracy, a steal, a fraud. The strategy? Flood the zone with fiction. Announce victory early. Claim corruption. Demand loyalty. And let the illusion sink in before the truth arrives. It worked for Napoleon, and for millions, it worked for Trump too. Crowds chanted, flags waved, memes exploded. Not because it was true, but because it felt like it could be. And that feeling is more powerful than fact. Napoleon's lie bought him another year in power. Trump's lie earned him millions in donations. Both men knew losing isn't the end. Admitting it is. So they didn't. They turned the battlefield into theater, the defeat into defiance, the silence of truth into the noise of belief. But here's where things break down. Eventually, the truth knocks louder. In 1814, the coalition invades France. Paris falls. Napoleon abdicates. The illusion collapses, but it doesn't disappear. He returns in 1815, the 100 days. Why? Because belief outlives evidence. And Trump? He's left office. But the illusion stayed. The election was rigged. The system is broken. They're all out to get us. And millions still believe it. Not because of facts, but because of fear. Fear of losing power. Fear of being wrong. Fear of admitting defeat. Because when a leader lies, it's a tragedy. But when the people believe it, it's a movement. And that's what makes this so dangerous. It's not about one man. It's about all of us. Our hunger for certainty, our addiction to hope, our willingness to trade truth for the comfort of "we still won." But history has a warning. Napoleon's refusal to face reality led to ruin. Tens of thousands dead, a shattered Europe, a legacy tainted. Trump's denial led to insurrection, division, a country at war with itself over reality. Because when you normalize fiction, truth becomes radical. And when everyone claims victory, no one knows what losing looks like anymore. So here's the question. What do we do when defeat is no longer accepted? When loss becomes a lie? When every truth feels like betrayal? Napoleon built his empire on brilliance, but he lost it through illusion. Trump built his movement on outrage and sustained it through denial. Both men played the same final move: lose, then pretend it never happened. And for a while, it worked. But history doesn't forget, and neither should we. Because the next time someone says, "We won by a lot," you might want to ask, at what cost?